Today's best mix, Mix 108. Jeanne Cooper here with you on this Tuesday morning, 8:28 and 59 degrees right now at the Mix 108 studios. And joining us on the phone right now is movie expert, movie critic Willie Waffle, who joins us usually on Friday mornings to discuss movies and DVDs, but joining us today to talk a little bit about the passing of famed celebrity actor, comedian Robin Williams. Okay, good morning, Willie.
Well, good morning. And, if there's a lesson to be learned from all this, and this is a hard way to learn a lesson, you never know what's going on in somebody's head. And, depression doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if you're rich. It doesn't care if you're famous. If you're suffering through it, get help.
Absolutely. That's one of the biggest things that, a lot of people are discovering out of this, which, if anything good is going to come out of a tragic passing like this, that is good that there's a discussion being had about people who are dealing with issues like that. And hopefully they'll, seek some help and hopefully avoid other tragedies like this.
Well, yeah, and Robin Williams is a guy who was very open about his difficulties throughout life. He's a guy who, was a really heavy cocaine user in the early 80s. He was there the night John Belushi died. That's the kind of crowd he was running with. And he went to rehab and he cleaned himself up. And he was clean for about 20 years. He ended up developing a drinking problem, went to rehab for that. Just in the last month, we know he was in rehab. Nobody knows what for. The official statement was, he just kind of wanted to get there before anything bad happened. And so, he obviously over time had issues, and unfortunately this is a sad way for it all to come to an end.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And very unexpected, very sad. Lots of people mourning in different ways, remembering different roles that he's played or maybe even opportunities. People have had to meet him, see him in performances that he's been in, live stage performances and things like that. You've actually had the opportunity to meet him, as a matter of fact.
I did. Back in 2009, when Night at the Museum 2 came out, I was at the premiere for that, and Robin Williams had just undergone heart surgery. He had a major heart problem. They replaced one of his aortic valves with the valve from a cow. So, we're all sitting around thinking, man, what's it going to be like to meet Robin Williams tonight? He's probably tired. He's probably run down. He probably can't get too excited. He's got to watch his heart. Robin Williams comes in, and it's full-on Robin Williams, people. He is just letting loose. It is crazy. It is wild. Everywhere in the room where he is, that's where the laughter is. And I finally get up to him. I'm like, Robin, how do you feel? And he looks at me and goes, well, since the surgery, every time I drive past a grassy field, I feel a little bit of longing and a little bit of hunger.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Wow.
So, he's a guy who put on the show because he knew that when you met Robin Williams, you wanted to meet Robin Williams.
Right. Very, every story you hear about the guy, whether it was meeting him in person, whether it was, like I said, seeing him on stage, or even just memories from seeing him in movies, whether they be the more serious movies that he was in, the comedic movies. Everybody has memories, and he's touched a lot of lives, and it's a very unfortunate situation that we had to lose him in, at such a time like what happened.
Well, it's amazing. You look at the depth of his career and the variety of his career. There are people who are of different generations who have a different view of who Robin Williams is.
Right.
There are people who think he was the greatest stand-up comedian they ever saw. There are other people who remember, I was a kid and I got to hear him play Aladdin's genie, and I got to see him in Jumanji. You have another group of people who saw him in Dead Poets Society and the Good Will Hunting. So, he had all these different faces and all these different sides to him. And, there aren't many actors who can say that. And, he was one of those first kind of stand-up comedians who really broke through and did it all and did serious roles as well. And that's kind of amazing.
The thing that I always, that I've taken from my memory of things I've seen with Robin Williams is the fact that he had so much energy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what was so different from him, obviously not in his serious roles, but when he was, in movies where funny, like Aladdin, I mean, you could see his true personality. And I always just wondered how he had that much energy. I mean, he was just constantly on the go, verbally and physically, just a very animated kind of person. And, I remember as a kid watching Mork and Mindy way back in the day, when he first started out. And you're right, an incredible talent and just a devastating loss, for his family and friends. And, as we had said, raises awareness of putting this in the spotlight of something a lot of people wouldn't talk about, and that is depression. And it's just very, very sad day. Absolutely.
Well, and you still got 3 more movies coming out. This Christmas you're going to see Night at the Museum 3. He also has an animated film coming out next year called Absolutely Anything, where he does the voice of a dog. And a smaller independent movie that I think is going to get a bigger release now is something called Merry Friggin' Christmas, where he plays Joel McHale's father, and they have to go on an odyssey on Christmas Eve because all the Christmas presents were left in the wrong place, and they need to bring them back home for Christmas morning.
Wow.
Well, and that's something that'll be nice is that his memory will live on, not only with the things that we've seen, but also with a couple of productions like that too that have yet to come out. So people will still be able to hold on to those memories and also get a few new ones, even though he's passed on.
Yeah, and it's amazing. You see this outpouring of love, you see this outpouring of admiration, and you kind of wish he had seen it a few days ago.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Willie Waffle, our movie critic, usually joining us on Friday mornings here with us to talk about Robin Williams. Thank you very much for joining us, Willie. And we'll talk to you again on Friday.
All right, we'll talk to you on Friday.
All right, thank you very much.